What happens to EV batteries once they're too weak to power automobiles, like this SUV? Well, sometimes they get a second shot at life and can light up entire streets in India.
Usually they're used between 100 to 80 to 75%, which is not very efficient, right? I mean, it's like you have 1 liter water bottle, you drink half a liter and you throw half a liter away.
Because they could still supply electric rickshaws with power for a full 10 years. Are the so-called second life batteries the key to new mobility, especially in India?
With electric mobility taking center stage, bringing resource efficiency into batteries becomes a major factor.
After all, second life batteries don't just protect the environment, they're also cost-effective.
Creating batteries and then how we bring them back into the ecosystem without infinitely mining out resources from the planet is probably going to decide whether this is a sustainable solution or not. If I could repurpose batteries, I extend the usable life of batteries.
After around 100,000 kilometers, batteries are usually too weak to power electric SUVs. They need to be changed. The floorboards of electric cars contain dozens of battery modules. And after their first life as the heart of an EV, Indo-German startup Nunam converts them into second-life batteries. And these portable batteries light up streets in India. German-born Pradip Chatterjee co-founded Nunam with Darshan Virupaksha in Bengaluru. The startup wondered, can batteries continue to be used in a second life?
Usually they're used between 100 to 80 to 75%. That's where in the first life people are usually using it. And between that 75% and 50% threshold, there is still, in most cases, some usable energy which you can still use. But in the first life application, it doesn't get used, which is not very efficient.
They started in 2017 with used laptop batteries. First, the batteries are dismantled. Then each individual battery cell is tested to see how much energy it can still hold. The functional cells are assembled into a small portable battery, which can become a valuable source of light for an Indian street vendor. The project was funded by Audi, and in cooperation with the auto manufacturer, the idea of building larger and more powerful second life batteries for the Indian market arose. A perfect way to reuse the modules from Audi e-tron batteries.
This also helped us to broaden the view. Small villages, and people which smiling and using our batteries, and the second life became a real first life for them, for those people. That was thrilling to me.
The German automobile group has been working on battery recycling for a while. In fact, they're already being used to supply power to their production plant in Ingolstadt in Bavaria.
Here you can see real car batteries. They come out of the car really like this, put here, plug in, and then put an inverter, and then they are connected and can do something for the grid.
Audi is currently building a series of exclusive fast charging stations in Germany, dubbed charging hubs. In order to have enough energy for these to operate around the clock, former Audi e-tron modules are used as buffer storage. And the plan is for used Audi batteries to help electrify entire regions in the Sahel zone in Africa. Together with the social enterprise Africa Green Tech, the automotive group is planning large solar networks that can store energy within second life batteries.
We can bring now mobility and electricity together, where people do not have electricity at all. They first time learn energy, not from a diesel generator, but from sun power, but they also want to have energy at the night. So they use these used batteries to store the energy during the day and then can use it at the night.
Nunam's batteries in India are also powered by the sun. They get their energy from solar panels at various distribution stations. People like Hussein here rent out the Second Life batteries for around €2 a week in Bangalore. Each battery contains a chip so that its condition can be monitored via an app in the Nunam headquarters.
Each battery is internet connected. As these batteries are internet connected, we get advanced notifications at their end of life and pick up these batteries for recycling, while we also provide a new one as a replacement.
In the end, the Nunam batteries end up in a recycling plant in Golapuram at Sungil, India, the subsidiary of a South Korean group that specializes in recycling. The batteries are broken down into their various components. The metallic waste is sold to metal dealers. And the valuable black mass is sent to South Korea for further processing.
We recover all the valuable metals like cobalt, nickel, lithium, manganese, copper, and again we send it to our contractor like Samsung to manufacture new battery.
And Sungil, India intends to work more closely with Nunam in the future. They want to make sure that the used EV batteries are recycled and reused effectively.
We are also planning to set up such a dismantling unit with Nunam, so that from the electric vehicle we can get reusable and as well as recyclable material. So whatever reusable, that will go to Nunam, and whatever recyclable, that will be processed in Sungil.
There's also a focus on sustainability in battery production. Nagafani Etukuri is the head of the Research Center for Energy Storage at the Indian Institute of Science in Bengaluru. He has been analyzing Second Life batteries for a long time.
Repurposing batteries really cost me maybe about 10% of the cost of recycling a battery. The energy cost, the cost on the environment in terms of chemicals that will be used for recycling, and the cost on the environment in terms of waste that comes out of recycling batteries.
The big advantage of Second Life batteries? They're more environmentally friendly than new batteries and much cheaper.
If I can cut down the cost of storing electricity to a common man, it probably will bring every single person in the country to have the same level of basic amenities that otherwise don't exist in some of the remote areas. And bringing that equality is in itself a big social reform, I think.
After all, it's this sort of battery that helped Salman sell his wares late into the night on the outskirts of Bengaluru.
बेनिफिट में ये है सर कि उजाला ज़्यादा रहता है, काम में भी अच्छा रहता है, थोड़ा उजाला भी अच्छा दिखता है.
At the tailor shop in Kanchanahalli, women can now sew dresses with electric sewing machines thanks to a Nunam battery. They're faster and earn more money. So a bit of electricity creates an economic upswing in a poor region.
ಅದೇ ಸರ್ ಮನೇಲಿ ಒಂದು ಅಂಗಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು 4 ಮಿಷಿನ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಈ ಥರದೇನಾದ್ರು ಸೌಲಭ್ಯ ನಮಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು 4 ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಂಗೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮನೇಲಿ ಇದ್ದಂಗೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ದಂಗೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಥರದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂಗಡಿ ಇಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
Second Life batteries can have a huge social impact. This, in addition to the effect they have on the environment, because there are more and more e-cars on the streets.
With growing aspirations of electric mobility in India, consumption of batteries has significantly increased. The carbon footprint of battery production can be significantly reduced by reusing them in stationary storage infrastructure.
Creating batteries without infinitely mining out resources from the planet is probably going to decide whether this is a sustainable solution or not. So I see repurposing as part and parcel of this ecosystem of electric vehicles and electrification in general.
Second Life batteries, the solution for truly sustainable mobility. Do you agree? Let us know what you think in the comments.